Archie Comics will soon give you a chance to shape that love triangle between Archie, Veronica and Betty as they launch 66,666 Archieverse NFTs in mid-May. The collectibles will be priced at $66.66 and will have randomized traits similar to those seen with the Bored Ape Yacht Club apes and also give holders access to role-play channels. How have the comics fans taken to this news? Let's get in Yehudah Petscher, who is NFT relations strategist at CryptoSlam, to discuss that and a whole lot more on NFT Insider. Great to have you with us, Yehudah.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Well, to kick it off, Archie Comics' first move in Web 3.0 has gotten quite the lashback from comic lovers. You can see that on their Twitter channel and Discord group. What's gotten everyone so riled up?
Yeah, I've noticed that too. There's some resistance similar to how gamers are not quite ready to embrace NFTs. This is a pretty common reaction though. NFTs are kind of complicated and they're not usually explained well. So the sentiment is that NFTs are going to dirty your favorite hobbies by bringing in people who don't really care about them and that they'll diminish it. And the truth is that the speculators will be out just as soon as they came in. And that leaves you with a really cool collectible that gets you unique access to these brands that you do love. In the long run, though, I think people are gonna love it once they see how these early NFT projects play out.
Now, despite the upset this has caused, do you expect to see good demand for the Archieverse NFTs akin to Marvel's first NFT comic?
We might, but that Marvel comic is really something. So it's hard to compare the two because they're really two different types of collectibles. Marvel #1, it's the first ever fully readable Marvel comic NFT. That makes it a pure collectible. And it's sort of a holy grail of an NFT collectible right now, with it already selling for $50,000 to $90,000 US. The Archie NFT, they're random characters and they work as like an access pass to this new Archieverse. Again, they're just kind of different use for each of them. Later this year, Marvel Comics are actually going to be on an Ethereum Layer 2 solution called Immutable X. And we'll be able to actually start tracking the sales and really compare what the demand is like between Archie and Marvel. I'm excited to see that.
Like you said, that these are two very different sort of products that we are talking about here. And these NFTs are not merely collectibles. They will also give fans a chance to contribute storylines. Some say it's creating a blockchain-based writer's room. The skeptics, however, say it's a way to get free stories without paying writers. Your thoughts?
Yeah, maybe it's both at the same time. I think it's a great idea, and it's not a new idea. DC actually owns Archie, and DC has a history of letting fans participate in the stories. So in the late 80s, DC let fans vote on whether Robin would be killed by the Joker. They had the fans call a 900 number and place their vote, and the fans voted for him to die, and the rest is history. Fast forward to today, and you have NFTs still leaning into this idea, like with Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis's Stoner Cats NFTs. If you hold one of those NFTs, you get access to view their new animated cartoon series, and you can loosely be involved in the creative process. So fans love that. I think it's a really clever way to build stories and build communities, and I think that is the future. I think that's going to be the normal way to build stories going forward.
Besides Archie, DC also owns Batman, and they're doing something with the Bat Cowl collection that's just dropped. Have you taken a look at it?
I'm hoping to get one. We'll see if I get lucky with that. Yeah, that one is actually a lot like the Archie project. Fans who hold the Bat Cowl NFT, they'll participate in a 2-year-long story that'll ultimately lead to a DC comic being released that the NFT holders actually get to shape. So the community is going to vote on key parts of the story, the characters that are going to be in it, the art. It looks pretty fun. DC also, they're clearly going all in on NFTs between Archie and the Bat Cowl project, these hero NFT cards. Blockchain just seems like it's a major focus for them. They also have these augmented reality statues of their DC characters that you can look at right in your living room. Those are on an app called VV, and later this year they're coming to a platform called Immutable X, which it's a gigantic gaming platform and it's a giant soon-to-be comic platform. So later this year we'll have to revisit the idea that gaming fans and comic fans are not quite into NFTs yet, because I think the story we'll see on Immutable X, and the data is going to show us that they actually are.
That was such a fun conversation, Yehudah, and it seems like we're just about scratching the surface here when it comes to what one could do with comic NFTs. Thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.